Boker Tov, we're starting the 7th Perek of Mishlei, 7 out of 31. Bezrat Hashem. So Shlomo Melech starts this Perek like he starts many of the other Perakim, with putting us in check and remembering the mitzvot and connecting to the Torah. And then he'll get into other examples, etc. So he starts off, Beni, Shemor Amarai, Umitzvotai Titzponitach. My son, guard my statements, and the mitzvot, let them be hidden in you. Let them be really entrenched inside of you. And this is the Gemara that says the way we do it is bitmidut, constantly. When we constantly do the mitzvot, when we're constantly connected to Hashem's ways, then it's going to be ingrained in us, and it will be protected by us. And he says, so too this connects to the 4 stages of Torah learning: Pshat, Drush, Remez, and so the Pardes. And when we start off with Pshat and we continue and do it over and over and over again, it's entrenched in us. That's how we can move on to the next stage in Torah learning. Pasuk Bet. Shemor mitzvotai v'chyeh v'torati ki'ishon enecha. Guard my mitzvot and you will live. Guard my Torah like the pupil of your eye. So he says that when a person with mitzvot, it's the way a person lives. That's why if you guard the mitzvot, you will live, because the way we live is through the mitzvot. I wake up in the morning, Modeani, Etilah Yadayim, I got tzitzi, tefillin, tefillah, I go to work. There's halachot on how to work. I can't rip off. I can't steal. I can't, you got to do the proper halachot, right? There's mincha, there's arvi, there's Torah learning. My whole day is governed by the mitzvot. And that's how I live. So too he says, Chas v'shalom, in the time of the Sanhedrin when there was capital punishment, literally life was connected and on condition with the mitzvot. A person didn't do the mitzvot, there was death penalties, etc. The death penalty wasn't as common as we say it was, but it was still out there. And literally mitzvot, a person's life depended on it. And the person's Torah learning should be like the pupil of your eye, meaning right in front of you all the time. Also again, bitmidut, also in a constant way. Because if a person doesn't learn Torah, God forbid, that's how he could come to doing averot, because he didn't know, he didn't have knowledge if this is allowed, if this isn't allowed. Pasuk Gimel, kasherem al etzveotecha, tie them to your finger, katevem al luach livecha, and write them on the board of your heart, on the luach of your heart. So tie them on your finger and write them on your heart. So tie them on your finger. He says, number one, we can say that's the tefillin, right? The tying on our fingers. But he says that when a person doesn't want to forget something, so what does he do? He ties something on his finger, and he does something that's exposed, so he remembers. He holds something, so he remembers not to forget about whatever it was. So too, the Torah and the mitzvot, tie it on your finger, so to speak. Have it in front of you. Write it on your heart. Make sure you never ever forget it. That's number one, a reason for the tefillin. Even if it's covered with my arm, etc., I see it here in front of me. It's tied on my finger. But also, it's a zecher to all the mitzvot. We have so many things that are zecher l'Yetziat Mitzrayim, mezuzah, and the tzitzit. We're supposed to wear it so that uritem oto uzchartem, to remember all the mitzvot. So many things that we do is to remember Yetziat Mitzrayim. Remember that Hashem created the world. There's all these things that are supposed to provoke our memory. So too, the mitzvot, like keep it in front of you, like you tie on your finger, or like it's written on your heart. Pasuk Dalet. Emor lachochma achot yi'at, umoda labina tikra. Say to wisdom, you are my sister. And a cousin, umoda, he brings from Sefer Ruth, that Naomi was called a moda. Moda is a cousin. Bina, wisdom, on the next level, the havin davar mitoch davar, is like a cousin. The difference between a sister and a cousin is a sister you're more close with. She's my sister. She's always around. You grow up together in the same house. When you move on and you're now living in different houses, you're both married, but every simcha is your sister. You're always together. A cousin is more distant. So too, chokhmah is supposed to be like a sister, always with you, all the time. But Bina, it's the next level of Torah, which he talks about sod, etc., is a cousin. It's understood if you're not delving in the depths of Torah at every moment. You should try it, but keep it close, like a karov, like a close cousin. but a sister is the general Torah and the halachot, etc., which is pshat, knowing what to do. That has to be with you at all times. The last pasuk for today: Lishmorcha meisha zara minochriya amareya hechedika. To guard you from a foreign woman and a non-Jewish woman, as again the examples that were given in the last perek, which talked about lust and the want, ta'ava and chemda, so that if one person is connected to Torah, keeps it close to his heart, etc., he will be guarded from the lusts and temptations of the world. And Be'ezrat Hashem, may we do so, connect to Torah, and vichyeh, and live a beautiful life. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen. Ve'amen. Rabbi Chananya ben Akashia Amar Etzah HaKadosh Baruch Hu Lezakot את ישראל לפיכך יתבעדם תורתו שנאמר אדוני חפץ זמן צדקו הגדיל תורה וידיר